All right, welcome to And Here's Modi. We first of all, let's just understand what time it is in the world. We are less than 6 hours away from Kol Nidre services. Yom Kippur is coming in. We're going to be atoning. Kol Nidre is going to be coming. You know Kol Nidre.
By heart.
Of course. Kol Nidre Vegonomei Vechinuyei Vechirusei Vechinoyei Leo solo. So we are here sitting together hours before the Day of Atonement, and anybody listening to this, if I've offended you, good. No, if I've offended you, I'm sorry. We've always meant to just bring Mashiach energy to you. So if we've ever said anything that upset you or angered you or you found distasteful, please still buy tickets to the show. Anybody
That's what's
you want?
important.
Emis. Anybody you want to? Well, hold on. Let me just tell you who you are.
Introduce who we're talking to.
I'm the
here.
worst at this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what ChatGPT said his introduction is. For me, it's just Steve Eisman, the guy that nailed the housing crash of 2008, which I'm sure you just hear nonstop. That's all you hear.
That's all I hear.
And by the way, whenever I do a podcast, I tell them, this is what I don't want to hear. Don't ask me about me being in investment banking and me being in cantorial school. But there's nothing you have, that's you.
Yeah.
It's like me not saying I'm
It's
a
on
comic.
my tombstone already.
No. That's a good one. No, put it tombstone. Okay, you obviously, you knew, you were the only one that knew that in 2008 there was going to be a housing
I
crash.
wasn't the only person.
Could you make it the only person that's better for the podcast?
I was without question the only person on planet Earth who knew this was coming.
Amen. And then there was an amazing movie that I've watched like 1,000 times about it.
Not as much as I've watched you being Yoli.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're going to get to how we know each other. And so that's who we have on. And I know for a fact we have a lot of day traders on this podcast that love to listen to this, right? So we do have Steve Eisman here and his beautiful, beautiful wife, Feigen. Not the same last name.
No.
It's such a
Valerie Feigen.
What?
Valerie Feigen.
Valerie Feigen.
Yes.
It's such a high. No, but once she says Feigen, I can only call her Feigen now.
That's it.
It's
Why? Valerie's such a
That's
pretty
it.
I have 3
name.
rabbis in
Thank you.
yeshiva named Feigen. I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
What
Feigen is
yeshiva?
like the most Lubavitch yeshivas. Feigen is like such a great Jewishy name. So I'm so happy you're here too.
I'm so happy to be here. Do you think I'm Lubavitcher?
What?
Maybe I'm Lubavitcher.
Maybe.
I'm a Lubavitcher at this point.
Everybody's a little Lubavitchy. It's
Okay.
Mashiach energy. And we're obviously, I'm a fan of you because someone that can figure out that the whole world's got it wrong and you went against it. So I'm a fan of that. And a movie was made about you with like amazing
And
stars.
her too.
Yeah.
And you nailed the wife thing like I did, but husband. And we share Ryan Handelsman, the guy that does our social media
Management.
He said you're a fan, and I said yes, that's a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and you saw me at the Beacon, and you saw me at the
We saw you at the Beacon in December.
yeah.
Then we saw you in Fort Lauderdale
Yeah.
a couple of months later. And then you were downtown at the Comedy Cellar. And we went to that as well.
Yeah.
We're like
the new
group-
material
with
night.
The new material night.
That was
We were-
amazing.
Why
We
didn't you come
we're like
say hi?
groupies.
Why didn't you come say hi?
So the story was that we really wanted to see you and went on StubHub and bought 2 seats. Got down there, we get in line, wait in line. We come in and they say, you missed it. It was the seats you bought were for 2 hours earlier. And it was StubHub's mistake. They actually, we had bought for you, and they said, here's what we're going to do. Stay on the side. Stay, and they tucked us on the side, and they said, if there's any room, you're going to be allowed in.
And then the Mashiach got us in.
And the Mashiach energy.
I'm glad it worked out for you, but I just want to make one more PSA to anyone listening. StubHub is not a guaranteed thing. We've gotten so many sad DMs where people have been like, I drove 3 hours to see you. I bought this on StubHub or Ticket X or whatever other resellers there are. And unless it's from the link that's on Modi's website, I cannot guarantee the veracity, authenticity of those tickets.
Yeah.
But now you have our number. You call
Yeah, now you have our number.
Leo will
call you
take care of
direct.
you.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because that stuff. My mom, when my mom's friends call her and tell her like how much the tickets are, she calls me. Do you know how much your tickets are? Like she's in shock that I'm selling for that amount of money. So first of all, you're Hamish. I didn't know you went to yeshiva.
I went to Ramaz from nursery through high school.
So your parents had money.
Yes.
So you didn't come from dirt and then made money.
I didn't come from dirt. I did not come from dirt.
Ramaz is one of the more expensive but very, very
Yes.
good yeshivas.
And then after college, I went
Rabbi
to Lookstein.
Berkowitz.
Rabbi Berkowitz. Asher Berkowitz?
No. Rabbi Berkowitz. He was like a history teacher. Was around there.
He was after my time.
Okay.
And then after college, I went to Israel for a year and studied in yeshiva for a whole year. Studied Talmud for a whole year, hardcore.
Which yeshiva?
Bravenders.
Wow.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Doesn't exist anymore.
But I was pretty hardcore.
That was wow. So you really have a yeshiva head.
Yeah.
A Gemara cup.
I would rather say a heretical yeshiva head.
Okay.
I was always the apikorus in the class.
Translate.
Apikorus is the guy who goes to the yeshiva, but it's like not a believer.
I'm gonna fight you on this.
Okay,
I'm gonna fight
Thank
you
God.
on this.
go ahead.
So apikorus. Okay, so apikorus is like this. Apikorus is one of the worst things you could be. It's
He just said he was, so tread carefully.
I embrace it.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I do.
That's why God put him on this podcast. That's why God put him on. Apikorus is somebody who learns Talmud and Torah for the sake of, I hate to say this word, intellectual masturbation.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
me.
It's not you.
It is.
It's not you. It's not you.
Let me
Stop.
tell you something. Every year at Ramaz in high school, we would put on a Hebrew play. Okay. And every year it was a different play, but it was always the basic same story. There'd be the rabbi, there'd be the apikorus, and there'd be a couple of other people. And of course, the Hebrew Drama Club was led by Rabbi Moskowitz, okay, who I had 1,000 times. And every year this happened, it was always the same thing. He'd look at the script and he'd say, we need an apikorus. And then he'd say, get Eisman. He doesn't need to act.
Awful. That's awful. That's a horrible thing.
It's what's true.
It's not. Okay, so I want to tell you the best definition of apikorus I've ever in my life heard was from Rabbi Berg of the Kabbalah Center. He said apikorus is not someone who learns just for the sake of learning. Apikorus is somebody that believes in mikre, which means coincidence. If you think things happen by coincidence, then you're an apikorus.
Right.
So you're not. Look at this. We're sitting here together.
You're right. Yeah, I'm an apikorus light.
That's the title of this episode, by the way.
Apikorus life. Okay, if you want, okay. I'll settle. I'll settle.
All right.
Okay, this is like we're on a trading desk now. We're on a trading desk now. I settled for
we
that.
narrowed the bid and
But
the
you're
ask.
not an apikorus. You believe in. You're sitting here. You have a beautiful wife. You do. Wow. It's mikre is the worst thing. When you believe things happen by chance, that's when you're an apikorus. Everything happens not by coincidence. They coincide. That's what that is.
Thank you, Rabbi Modi.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you,
Rabbi-
Rebbe.
Yeah.
So you guys have a podcast together?
Yes.
Well, I listened to some of it, but I didn't hear you on it. Are you on it?
She's
No.
the CEO. She's the
Okay.
CEO.
And he does a lot of the
just-
writing. I do the editing.
Right.
So that's what happened to me. I was originally not on it in the early episodes, and then he was talking off camera to me, and I was not on the mic. And then slowly it just, and now you're here. So it's the same trajectory.
And it's an easier thing to look at.
But-
No, look at that. Now you go to a shot of you two. It's a nicer thing to
Glad
look
we
at.
could be of service.
Yeah, two old Jews sitting on a corner here. Now we have this.
Right.
Feigen and Leo. I'm going to call you Feigen from now. I'm so sorry.
That's
It's so,
fine.
I'm so
I
sorry.
like it.
I can't. If someone in yeshiva was a name like Steve Feigen or Bob Steve Feigen, that was my favorite.
You
just call him Feigen.
I didn't know that I had a first name until I went to college.
They call you Eisman.
Eisman.
It's a good.
It's a thing.
Kind of a good.
It's a thing.
Well, I didn't. I went to
hook.
college and people started calling me Steve, and I didn't react. Who's that?
They called me Jew bastard. So I knew right away. I knew right away they're calling me. So you guys have a podcast, and I listened to a few
Yes.
episodes. So I caught up on like where your head is, and I'm gonna go into like one of my questions. I wrote good questions.
But wait,
go.
little
Yeah.
plug called the Real Eisman Playbook.
Playbook, the Real Eisman.
The Real
Real
Eisman
I
Playbook.
have the Steve. Okay, the
Real
Real Eisman
Eisman
Playbook. Yeah.
I just want to add one thing to follow up
Go.
on what you were saying. Sorry to interrupt, which is
Go.
that when he would do it in the room by himself, and I'd be listening outside through headset, whatever, and I'm like, "You need energy. You need energy." And so finally, I sit in the room.
Yeah.
Nobody knows I'm sitting in the room,
Right.
but at
And
least,
she zhuzhes me.
and
Good.
I can like
Same
it
with
feels like
them.
Yeah.
Like there's somebody there.
We're on the same page.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're on.
I get you.
100%.
oh, I like being done.
100%. So I've listened to a few episodes and I caught a few interviews with you. People, this is it's almost horrible. People just ask him, "What's the next crisis? What's the next failure? What's the next disaster? What's the next crash?" I'm like, wow.
Every time.
I am going the other way. What positive thing do you see in the future? I had to ask that. There's got to be something positive you see happening in the future.
Well, I see something positive happening right now.
Oh.
I think the Jewish people haven't been more united in some ways for 70 years. And so, I mean, there are people who are outliers,
Right.
but I think the vast majority of us have found each other again for the first time in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah,
I get very emotional about that.
that's good. No, I see it. We really see it. We do events. We've done events with hostages. We've done events within people are coming together of all religions and races. But the problem is when you have something happening so big like that, there's also the negativity in Israel. The religious and the non-religious are at bat with each other, and that
Yeah.
is literally preventing Mashiach energy. It's the number one thing. It's sinat chinam. Anger for the hatred for the sake of just hatred, and it's so horrible. And I've said it a million times: if the Jews got along, the whole world would just get along. I really believe that.
I believe that too.
Yeah. I keep saying Mashiach energy, and now that I got to know that you have a little bit of yeshiva background and who you are, and we all know who you are, what does Mashiach energy mean to you?
Well, when I play golf with one of my best friends,
Okay.
who also went to Ramaz with me,
Okay.
what Mashiach energy means to us is we'll be on a par 3, and I'll hit the ball, and it'll go on the green,
Yeah.
and I'll turn to my good friend Jack, and I go, "That is Mashiach energy."
Really?
Yes, every time.
Good.
Jack Brand.
Jack Brand.
Yeah.
That is Mashiach energy. It's when everything just comes together.
Harmonizes. I say.
Totally harmonizes.
When things are in harmony. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, the obvious Mashiach energy is you're doing a show in front of 1,000 people. They're all laughing together in unison. That's Mashiach energy.
Well, we've been to those shows.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. So
Sometimes I'm crying so much during a joke. I need you to just slow down so I can finish
She
crying
can't.
of laughter,
She
just
can't,
so I can catch
She can't
up.
get the next joke.
So do you know that that's a rush I have?
He loves that.
When
He
I
loves
see
that.
someone that can't catch their breath and they're losing it,
Yeah.
and I'm on the next joke and they catch on.
And
When you see that,
Yeah.
it is such a high for me. I've said it a million times. When that room is laughing, there's nobody having a better time than me. And I'm having the best time in the world on stage. When I see someone lose it,
Yeah.
like some joke clicks and they can't catch their breath, and then you hit them with another one, and they're like, it is my favorite thing. And then sometimes I stop and go, go ahead, catch up. Catch
I
up.
love that.
Yeah. We just had an amazing show in the Hamptons, Hampton Bays. Are you in that scene?
North
No,
Fork.
North Fork.
North Fork.
We're in the North Fork.
Yeah.
Which is the anti-Hamptons.
Is it the anti-Hampton? I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did
The
a show.
anti-Hamptons.
And I had a whole bunch of new material about guests and hosts. People who host, in their homes and people who are guests
Oh,
of
good.
those people
Oh, God.
and what goes on and different things and the towels and the curtains and all. Do you guys host? Do you guys have guests?
I mostly host as opposed to be a guest, and so I
Do you have a
wish.
sick house? You have a sick house.
No, not anymore. No, we are over owning.
But overnight guests.
Yeah, we're over.
Not just like dinner guests.
Yeah.
No, we don't overnight guests.
No,
we do.
we
We do a little
did,
bit.
we
We did that.
did.
We're dabbling in that now on a small scale, but
Overnight
We've
guests.
had amazing practice.
yeah.
You know what? I would go all the way down to like the water jug next to the bed, and
Yes.
like there's and the perfect scent for the. It's enough.
Oh, you're over that?
She's so over it.
It's running a bed and breakfast.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to me, who would say, "Here's your muffin."
Here's your
No, if it was up to him, he'd be like, "There's like a granola bar in the pantry if you want."
No, I don't
I'm
do
like,
the
"You have to
food
put it
thing.
out for the people."
But what we do for the guests, we put blackout curtains for our guests. So the room, any
Nice.
guest room we have, you can develop film in it.
Yeah.
and guests who aren't used to that,
Yeah.
who in their home they wake up with the sun, all of a
They
sudden
come stumbling out at 11:30.
1:30 in the afternoon. Oh my God! What the hell did you guys drug me last night?
You roofied them.
Yeah, we roofied them. We go, oh, remember roofies?
Okay, that's coming right out.
No, it's not. Roofies were an amazing thing that we used to take for flights to Israel.
Okay, all right. If that's your story, then
Wait, I
we'll-
call it Ambien. What are you calling it?
Ambien. Ambien's a tic tac compared to
I need Ambien just to get through TSA.
My aunt Ofra, Zichronah Levracha, used to score roofies for us, and we would fly to Israel.
Middle seat.
God forbid. A window seat. No, this is in coach.
In coach.
And all you did was make sure you didn't eat or drink,
Yeah.
and you took the roofie, and you, obviously wheels up, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
took this pill, and you just went like this, leaned against the window, and you woke up in Israel, and everybody around you was like, how the hell did you
No.
just sleep for 13 hours?
You never take
And you
your
said, "Here's
sleeping
my-"
pills until your will's up. That's
because
101.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
absolutely for sure. Wait,
Do you
so
fly commercial
do you have
these
any
days?
other relatives that I could call?
Yes, we fly commercial like normal
Modi.
people.
No.
Okay, can we just in case there are people who are listening who are not familiar with the movie and everything, because we're just hopping in, assuming all of that. Can we just give broad strokes, like elevator pitch? Tell us about The Big Short.
Sure.
And like some of your experience.
Okay, the elevator
synopsis. How would you, from you? I think that would be
So,
interesting to hear.
You know, Valerie and I were both on Wall Street, and then when we had kids, Valerie retired and to raise our kid, 3 beautiful children, and I was running a hedge fund, and realized that the world was going to die. That was basically my conclusion, and I would tell people that I would be at an event, and someone would ask, I couldn't help myself, what do you think's going to happen? And I said, oh, the world's going to end. Let me tell you how. And people thought I was insane. And then basically the world ended. And I got a phone call from Michael Lewis because he said he heard that about me, and he came and he interviewed me. And I was literally borderline insane back then because I was so angry.
Yeah, we heard on the podcast I listened to, you were kind of illustrating that you were just like raving.
Raving. And so Michael Lewis comes to interview me, and I would literally say in a 2-hour interview, every third word was F this, F that. And I could see on his face, this guy is interesting and crazy. And so he wrote an article about it, and then he wrote the book, and that became a movie, and Steve Carell played me, and Marissa Tomei played Valerie. They actually look alike. And and that's our
How
story.
do you feel about that? Comparison when people are like, you know who you look like? That's a dangerous game to play.
I actually had somebody, weird things happened to me. Somebody drove up next to me in a car and said, "You look like Marissa Tomei."
And you're like, well, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so then it works.
And that's
Okay,
the
it
story.
works. Okay.
But so from my point of view, because this was going on for years, that he said the world was going to come to an end, and he ruined every single social engagement. And I said,
Oh, wow.
you were
Yeah,
not
that.
allowed to say the world is going to come to an end. You were going to be like a normal human being, and you're just going to have a normal conversation."
That wasn't in the podcast.
No.
No.
So eventually he was right, but by then everybody was sick of hearing from him about it. But they knew because he'd been telling everybody. You rode the elevator, and he told you. And then he said, out of the blue one day, he's like, "So Michael Lewis is going to write a book about me," and I'm like, "What?" And I said, wait a second. I get a choice here. I get a permission. Where's my permission slip? So he said, Michael will come meet us. So Michael and I were walking down the block. I'm walking with Michael Lewis. It's like the most out-of-body experience. And I'm shaking. And I turned to him and he said, what do you want to ask me? And I said, I'm afraid you're going to make my husband look terrible. And he said, I promise you I won't do that.
He looked great. And you said it
and he did. He made him look okay.
Yeah.
But,
But that
always
was
like
a big deal for me.
Yeah.
I like to say that the road between making me look great and being a complete asshole is a very short road.
Right.
And
thin line.
and thank God
It's
he made me
because you're
look
so
great.
smart. Smart people when they're so confident. So smart people when they're so confident, they can say the crazy things because they know that they're right. So my first job out of college was working in investment banking.
Where?
Okay. Are you ready for
I'm
this?
ready.
And now, so we're going to discuss this and talk about me in investment banking, which I never, ever discuss. I've only discussed it as when people ask me, how did you start comedy? I used to work in international banking, and I used to imitate the secretaries, all the languages
And
and accents.
which bank?
I'm getting there. Excited.
Move it along.
I got him excited. Okay. So we're talking about 1993.
Okay.
ING.
ING.
Dutch Bank.
Yep.
I was on the derivatives desk.
Okay.
If you ask me if you put a gun to my head right now and say, Modi, what is a derivative?
You can't answer
I'm
it.
dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead. And then I did so well that they moved me on to the FX derivative desk. I had no idea what I was doing.
You were at a Dutch bank doing foreign
I
exchange?
swear to God, and killing it. Everyone loved me.
Because you were a what?
I was a personality hire. Leo explained, once I began to
He
explain
just started
to
telling me
Leo-
all these stories about him at work. I'm like, so tell me more about when you were in finance and working at this bank and what, because I don't know anything about any of that stuff. And he's going on and on and on. He goes, yeah, well, I did this, but I didn't know how to do that. But I would do well here. And I go, Modi, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You were a personality hire. And he goes, what's that? And I go, a personality hire is someone who is hired not necessarily because they're qualified for the job,
Right.
but they make the job less
Boring.
makes everyone not want to kill themselves while they're at the office.
So we were on this.
is awesome.
So wait, and I got promotions. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew how to act stressed. I would have made you look like calm. I was like, "What? Did you guys get the?" This is before all the CCs and all
Slack.
all that
Slack. You've been
all that
screwed with Slack.
Crazy. So I would so the derivatives desk, then the FX of derivatives desk, and then they loved me so much they moved me to the LDC desk, less developed countries.
Oh, boy.
We were trading RG bonds. Whatever. I had no idea that RG meant Argentina.
Who cares? It's on a screen.
I was moving things. I moved things along.
You almost destroyed the country. You didn't even know.
No. I will tell you
That's
what
a
it was.
movie too, by the way.
By the way,
Personality
by the way.
hire, like
So
moving
that's what it
money
was.
around like
Amos,
that.
That's what it was. So back then and today, I doubt that there was a back office. So trades went through the back office. Today's probably just you go. So we entered into the Bloombergs, right? The trades and all of that, and then but there were back offices, the things that had to happen, and I had that back office greased. I had it greased. There were these women, all in back there, all lived in Staten Island, fingernails this long, typing with the balls of their fingers. I brought them the Inquirer. I brought them the Post. I brought lunch.
So your trade's cleared.
Bagel, everything we did. When we worked with trusts, with individuals that had insane money that was treated like a corporation, we would open the trusts, and that was a whole procedure. And I was
You could read the people.
king. I could sit with a. So then I moved to Merrill Lynch. I worked in it was an
Irish firm.
Kaminsky was in charge of it at that back
But
then.
traditionally, it was a very
Yeah, it
Irish
was a
firm.
very
Irish
I
firm.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. And when
was.
Kaminsky was the head of it, people were like, why is there a Jew in charge of this company?
Okay,
It was a
keep going.
thing. It was,
And by the way, I had one great line about that company. So the CEO after Kaminsky was Stan O'Neill.
Yes.
Who's black. And I knew him a little bit at a cocktail party. And so I was talking to him.
And you said the world was going to end.
No, it was way before that. And he was competing with another guy to be CEO of Merrill Lynch. And I said to him, Stan, I guarantee that you will become the next CEO of Merrill Lynch. And he says, how could you say that? I said, it's very simple. You're Irish.
It's a good call. Yeah.
You're good at calling things. What can we say?
Calling things. So
You were at Merrill Lynch.
Wait, was your mother proud of you?
Okay, I'll tell you. So,
What's your mother
wait,
proud of?
That is a great question.
I will tell you.
What was your
mother
proud of you?
It's more
Look
than
how
that.
well you're doing.
So let me tell you. No, let me tell you about one of my mom's most proudest moments in the world. So I'm dyslexic, ADHD. I stutter. I'm a hot mess, and here I am in banking. I used to have all these tricks to, like, if we were entering 5,000 shares or $5,000 worth of something, or I would have tricks to make sure that
You
I
would put it in right.
I would put it in right.
Not putting 500,000?
Instead of
That's it.
right.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good
I would
when it's
imagine.
yeah. So I had to take the Series 763.
Yeah.
All of that
That's
stuff.
really impressive, Modi, that you did that.
Very.
I did. But at the same time that I was taking that test, I studied for it. And if you know all the options, you get 40%. 40% of the test is options. So I knew if I had 40%, all I needed was to get to 65 is another 25%, right? Even that I can't. I don't know. Even that,
You're good,
I
you
don't
got
know.
it.
But then I figured,
Math person.
right? Yeah, not me. So then I got and I went in and I studied double what anybody else studied for this. And I took the weekend classes and the option classes, and I went and I took the test and I passed. My mom was in shock because all of my mom's friends, their sons were taking the test too, because everybody starts on Wall Street,
Right.
and they all failed it. When I told my mom that I passed that test, she was like,
better than the Beacon.
it was better than the Beacon. It was better than the Beacon. She was in shock that I passed.
So you
that
had
test.
different parents. When I told my parents that I passed the Series 63, my father said, oh, okay.
No, because you probably killed it in school. You probably had good grades.
Yeah,
You
no,
probably-
I did.
didn't have any of that. I was not. But I was in finance. It was the craziest thing.
So how did you get out?
How'd you get out of jail?
So when I got out of jail. I didn't know I was in jail.
Yeah.
I was having a
You were
great
having
You
a
were
good
in
time.
Khayram.
I
You
was
didn't know
in
it.
Khayram.
Yeah, but it was the 90s. The party was raging.
Please
Yeah.
let
The party
that
really
let me
was.
know.
The party really was.
Party
raging.
was
Tell us
Raging.
more about that. What would you like to say
No,
about
first
the
we're going to
raging
go
part?
back and address the fact that Khayram was discussed on my podcast.
We're going to go back to the 90s in a
Slip
second.
it in.
Khayram, very nice.
Thank you.
Shkoyach. Good for you. First time we brought Khayram into the. I'm not even going to discuss, but go ahead. It was so. This was 93 to 99, 93
Those
to
were hot
99,
years.
That was a good year.
and I was doing comedy at the same time, full time. Okay, every night in a suit, hot suit. Armani, everything.
Nice.
I would go right to. So when we had the suspenders,
Yeah.
I had the hottest looks. on that.
You took the banking look and you just took it on
Killed
stage.
it. I had that little knot that we all did, and
Yeah.
those things. I was so good. And the blue shirt. No one was a blue shirt.
You were just in
anymore.
it for the drag.
What shoes?
I was drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, what shoes?
What were the shoes?
Okay, so I had.
Good
this
question.
pair- good for her. I had these pair of Gucci's. They were like
Nice.
a borderline tuxedo-y, but not tuxedo-y.
Got it.
But it caused a double take, but not enough to be like, what's he doing?
Right.
Right. I had those,
That's
and I had a
nice.
pair of oh God, I forgot the name, but it's like the super standardy one.
Okay.
Whatever, something brown. Anyway, the shoes. I had a good game. I would go right from there to the comedy clubs. I'd go from the bank to the comedy clubs, do my sets on the weekends. I'd travel to whatever I was,
Wow.
Catskills and all that.
Right.
And in '99, I left.
How'd your mother feel about that?
She didn't care because by then I was already doing.
You were doing well.
I was doing well, and she knew I was.
And you played the
my
Catskills.
parents weren't. Yeah,
That's tough.
it was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough audience.
I talk about it now. I'm now in my next hour. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah,
so
so
now
Catskills is tough.
I've developed
Because you
that
told
more.
me. That's how I know.
Yeah. No, but it was a hard game. But that was my financing world.
So going back to the party in the 90s. Dish, what was going on? People
Yeah.
eating
Well-
goldfish?
Well, we were married already, so we
Okay.
did not participate in the
Sure,
party.
sure.
We did not.
There were trading desks.
Right.
And then there were equity desks, and there were...
Which ones were the partiers?
We were on
the
the
trading desks.
the trading desk.
Trading desks where the party was
We were
raging.
I was on. Which I was on.
You were
We were
on.
in research. Research was...
The research doesn't party.
Because
Quite
sometimes it's
quite
flip flop. Sometimes that's the opposite of who you think would be the partiers.
Well, if you were friends with the traders, then
Right.
your party
Right.
was raging.
So there was research, which they got fired first when the market went down.
Every
Definitely.
time.
If the market went down a little bit, okay, goodbye all the analysts and goodbye all the researchers.
Don't need them.
And all the guys that made the money stayed on.
Yeah.
So that's why I stayed on. I was at ING, there was a guy named Hal, and he used to smoke. This is 93. In the desk, in the office,
Of course he did.
smoked cigarettes.
Right.
Because he made more than anybody else
do what
on
he
the
wanted.
desk. And I was his assistant. And I had no problem doing it because when I grew up, my mom smoked 3 packs a day until my bar mitzvah, right? So he sat there with the cigarettes, and I was doing all his work, and I was his assistant. So I had clout in the office because he's the number one producer. So I had clout in the office. I'm Hal's assistant, and he's the one that said, "Do not take those tests unless you're going to pass." Those serious, you don't leave me here a day without an assistant if you're going to go fail. He was
And so you scared of
he was
him.
no joke.
He was a hardcore guy.
Yeah. So he used to smoke. So he smoked Marlboro Reds and Halls. He had Halls, the mentholyptus thing.
Oh my.
Eucalyptus.
Hardcore.
We never even had a moment to like connect and like talk and like what's up and da-da-da, how's your wife, what'd you do this weekend? Never. And then after I got the test, there was like a moment, like a little window of
Yeah.
I can talk to him, and I go to him, Hal, why the Halls? He says, in like the most like I can't believe we're gonna have a personal moment now. He says to me, because it opens the lungs up a little bit more and you get more smoke in.
Wow.
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 If you think you were crazy,
It's crazy.
he was
He's crazy. He's crazy.
And I was able to handle him, so I was able to.
Yeah.
No one had. He never had an assistant that long. So that was.
Oh, he was
my
one of
world.
those.
Yeah.
Wow,
So did
that's
you get to
really-
meet Margot Robbie?
I did not.
We did not.
You
We
did not. She is one of my
I mean,
women crushes.
she's a goddess.
I mean,
Yeah.
No, we didn't get to meet
Insane.
her. Nope.
so I have something at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, the water.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, they say that your next big prediction is upcoming water wars.
But that
or water-
wasn't me. That was Michael Burry.
Oh, sorry.
That was not me.
Because I just rewatched that.
I did
Oh,
part.
not.
yeah,
I did
that's
not.
right.
That was
Burry
his,
did
that was
say
his
that.
thing.
And guess what? I agree with him. Because
He's a smart guy, Burry. Very smart.
all this push that Dove and all these aerosolized full body deodorants. Have you noticed this?
It's the Mr. Gassi hat.
No, you're at the gym. They have like CNN, Fox, and then they all go to commercial, and they're all pushing the same thing. And it's this aerosolized full body deodorant, which the aerosolized deodorant technology has existed forever. Why are they pushing it now? And they're showing people spraying it everywhere. And they're like, you can spray it everywhere. And it's like under their towel in the gym room. And I'm like, they're coming for the water. Like they're preparing us now
For when we won't shower.
for when we don't have water to shower.
And when he says this, I say to him, "Vus hast du wahrscheinlich?" In Yiddish.
Okay,
What are
you laugh now.
What are you banging?
But
Well, you're
when they
banging
make the
the
movie
TV
about me for sounding the
He's
alarm
making a
on that.
prediction for the end of the world.
You would say
Yeah.
don't pray for bad times, they'll come anyway.
Don't pray for bad times. No,
They're coming in.
or if you prepare for a bad day, you'll have a bad day. Yes.
That I agree with more.
Yeah.
But I might go buy some.
We have water. All right. Something else that we should discuss and bring awareness to is male breast cancer,
Yes,
which
Crazy.
I have.
which you have.
Yes.
Which can I tell you the first time I ever heard about that?
Wiz.
There used to be a show on HBO called Oz. Do you
I
remember
saw
that?
Oz.
Oh, sure.
And there was
That was a tough show.
It's a tough show.
Tough show.
But very homoerotic.
Very homoerotic, but the brutality of it was
So brutal.
so hard.
And then out of nowhere in season 4, one of the characters, Bob Ribidow, was all of a sudden was diagnosed with male breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? And they did it to bring awareness to
Interesting.
and it did. It was the first time I ever heard of it.
It's kind of rare.
It's very rare. So how do you find out? Is there tests? Is there
No, so what happened was
Well, go back to the
let's
beginning.
go back to the beginning. So I developed a irritation on my left nipple.
Okay.
And so Valerie starts bothering me like
What
this
is
is what this is the moral of the story is listen to your wife, okay?
I've been saying that. Your husband. Have I not said
Yeah,
that?
you always say that.
So she says to me, "What's that?" And I go, "It's an irritation. I get skin irritations all the time. I'd put like hydrocortisone on it. It'd get a little bit better, and then it would get worse again." And I didn't pay any attention to it, which, again, the lesson is pay attention to your wife.
I said, go to a dermatologist.
Go to a dermatologist. And unfortunately, what happened was my dermatologist died.
Passed away of old age.
wow.
She literally died of
Steven's
cancer
like-
in old age. So I didn't have a dermatologist. So I sort of forgot about it.
More
so then what
cortisol.
happens, a couple more months go by, and I play squash every Wednesday with like my best friend for 30 years.
Okay.
He's an oncologist. And so we play, we take a schwitz, we shower, and we're standing naked. I'm going to give you a visual.
Yeah.
Standing naked in the locker room, and he looks at me and he goes, "What's that?" And I go, "What's what?" At which point he walks over to me, he starts to feel me up, and he says, "I don't like this. I'm sending you for a sonogram." And that's how I got diagnosed.
Wow.
Wow. So you
Wow.
understand that you're not an apikorus.
Yeah,
You understand that
that was God kind of reaching down and helping me.
energy right there. God
Yeah.
said you're not ready to go. And then what happened? How is it handled?
Yeah.
So
Fast.
very quick. I would say I had this.
First of all, talk about men getting.
So
Oh,
you go
okay.
for the sonogram.
Right.
So they put
Not a
the
mammogram.
mammogram. The lesson here is if men got breast cancer, the world would be very different, because they put you in this machine. They take your breast
Is it the same machine as a mammogram?
as a woman, and they pull you out, and
Ow.
then they smush you together in the thing, and then
Yeah.
you're standing there smushed, and I'm saying to myself, she better take you better take this quick, because I feel like I'm slipping out. At which point there's a crank, and she cranks it down, and you're like, ah! And then they take pictures, and then I was diagnosed with breast cancer only on my left side and in some lymph nodes,
Oh wow.
and but the right side, it turned out, was clean.
Okay.
And then so we go to see a surgeon, and the surgeon says, we could just do over here, but you'll have to get checked for the rest of your life every 6 months. And I said, screw that, do a double. So I had a double mastectomy.
We are one of the only couples, I think, who we both had a double mastectomy.
Oh, you've had that
Yes.
journey
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's
Yes.
October.
Oh,
so
October.
wow.
Yeah.
I just
October
got-
1st,
I just
good
got
I just got
chills.
goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's crazy. I've never heard of a couple going through
both
that
had a
same
double
journey
mastectomy.
We may be
together.
the only couple on planet Earth.
No,
Wow.
I'm sure there's many lesbian couples that have had both mastectomies.
Okay.
You're 100%
Heterosexual
right.
couple.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you're
right.
a good point.
You're very right.
Very good point.
So, when did you have your?
So mine was very early stage, and it's interesting because as women,
Do you have
we're
the
taught,
gene?
No.
Neither one of us
Neither of
has
us.
the gene.
But as a woman, you're taught to get checked.
Right.
So in a normal, regular annual checkup, they saw something called DCIS, which is ductal carcinoma in situ, which means it's very, very early. And the advice after seeing all the doctors was just double mastectomy and no
Oh,
treatment
wow.
after that, because mine was so early. And that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Had I seen something red on my left
You'd gone
side, I would
crazy.
have gone to the doctor 5 minutes later,
Right.
Right.
Right away.
right away.
Right away. Wow. So so is it something everybody should be checking or something? Do you have to wait for a sign, or is help me?
Well, I feel like
educate the
women,
people.
it's
women
for women they're
already-
trained
Women,
to
it's
go
nonstop. Yeah.
Look, and by the if men had to do that mammogram thing, we would have found the cure by now.
Without question.
Yeah.
100%. I just think, if you see something, say something. Like if something like that and irritation isn't going away, it could have been skin cancer. It did turn into skin cancer. So the breast cancer in a man is so close to the tissue that it then turns into skin cancer. So, but it could have just been skin cancer. So you just can't ignore things.
So when you had your
Be my
a double mastectomy for a male, how's that different from a, do they do like reconstruction too for that, or is
No,
it just
I mean basically I got sliced right across. Both nipples were removed,
and then they take the nodes out too?
and they just on the left side they took out a bunch
30.
of about 30 nodes.
Wow.
And I'm in chemo right now.
Really, you still do chemo?
Oh, it's a long process. There are two types of, just everybody should know this. So there are two different types of chemo drugs. There's something called Taxol, and then there's something called ACDC, something
AC.
like that. So the Taxol is 12 treatments once a week.
Yeah.
and then the other one is 4 treatments every other week, and then you do radiation. The whole process takes like 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you had to do something similar after yours?
No, I
No.
didn't because mine was cut so early.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Wow,
I
that's so
know.
important to know.
So important to know.
And
Yeah.
thank
Is
God
there,
because
is there a place where people can reach out to if they think they have something? Is there like a foundation or some kind of
BCRF, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, is fantastic. And Cliff Hudis, who's the head of breast cancer at Sloan Kettering, he's just amazing. And I think that you have to call these. If you live somewhere that doesn't have a major hospital and
Yeah.
that they might miss it, I would just call these places and say, "Can I send you a picture?"
Oh,
Just because now with Zoom and with telehealth,
yeah.
there are places do a telehealth. Don't.
Wow.
Don't
That's
wait.
actually really
Don't
good
wait.
advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone lives in Manhattan with all these
That's
Yeah.
right.
crazy,
We're so
beautiful
lucky here.
hospitals. Yeah.
Okay, so I've always believed. Let's go back to the money thing because you guys are a money couple, and it's not that I'm not saying you have crazy money, which I'm sure you do, but money is an energy,
Halavai.
isn't it? Isn't money an energy?
Absolutely.
It's an energy. It's not just a physical. It's an energy.
Yeah, well-
And some people just have control of it and know it and make it and get it. And they might not have control in family and love and this and that. And they have billions and billions and all they want is more billions and more billions. And money is an energy. You believe that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think financial literacy is so important,
Powerful.
and that's an energy. Understanding money,
Understanding
being
money.
literate in it, really understanding.
Hence our podcast.
that.
Yeah, go back to plug the podcast again.
Plug the podcast.
Playbook.
There you go.
Yeah. The Real Eisman Playbook. Okay, that's it. No, that's get. I'm
That's
telling
what
you.
I try to do. I try to educate people.
And women, I really want women to be educated with literacy, financial literacy. It's so important. Men should know about breast cancer. Women should know about financial literacy.
I love that.
I
That's
love
the
that.
description of this episode now. We have the title and the description.
By the time we finish it. And he can't spell apikorus. So you might as well. Money is a crazy, crazy energy. I've seen it in like so many ways. And you know, you saw the bit I do about billionaires.
Have I seen the
Have
billionaire
I seen the
bits?
billionaires? No, I haven't seen
Now
the
I want to see the
billionaires.
bill.
bit.
Could you do it?
I talk about how you talk to how people speak to how to talk to a billionaire.
Yeah.
It's in my new hour.
Okay, we haven't
Okay.
seen it. I can't
All
wait.
right.
It's one of my favorite bits, even though it doesn't get the rip roaringness of it all.
Yeah.
But it's like one of my favorite bits of how to talk to a billionaire. Because billionaires, you guys aren't. Those of you who aren't watching, I mean, this is what a billionaire. I'm not saying you are a billionaire.
I'm not.
But this is what a billionaire looks like. They don't look like Donald Trump.
No, they look
No,
homeless.
yeah.
They look. Okay,
look
that's
homeless.
what I said.
The more
That's
money he
word
gets,
I
the
use.
more homeless he
That's
looks.
the word I use.
I cultivated a homeless look for
100%.
years.
Yeah. No, he's wearing what's this? You're wearing a Submariner, not a gold. I wear a gold Daytona. I have
not
no
me.
business. I have no business.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, because it's not your thing. Because the money is there.
It's the currency,
and there's so
yeah.
much, and when it's dangerous because it can that
It
energy,
can warp you.
It can warp you. It could also be used to start wars. It could be used to create Mashiach energy. Like, you know, a few times, like someone said that their synagogue just needs to have a laugh. How much would it cost to bring Modi in? I got it. And they pay it. And they create Mashiach energy.
That's beautiful.
We
That's
had
great.
twice, I had that, like, that
Yeah.
really showed me, like, that, like, it's a partner in comedy. And it's just, I don't know, I just see money as, it's this energy that, like, some people just have a control over, and some people just have no idea how to.
Yeah.
They just have a bad relationship with it.
Yeah, well, maybe because they haven't been trained. I don't know if it's appropriate, but I just have to put in a plug that Money Can Do is right after 10/7. I decided that we needed to bring Israeli survivors into Christian churches and created a charity, brought survivors over, and we went all over the Southeast to evangelical churches and schools and lovers of Israel, Christian lovers of Israel, meet Israeli survivors who had survived 10/7 and lived through the horror, and hugging and kissing and that to me is Mashiach energy.
100%.
And the most amazing use of what money can do.
Yep.
And by the way, as part of that process, I want to thank you. As part of Valerie's incredible charity, which I participated in a small way by schlepping people around, I stole one of your jokes.
Which one?
Shamelessly. And used it 1,000 times. Every pastor that I met, I told him that joke. Yes.
You never believe what happened to me?
Never believe what happened to me.
Yeah.
It was such a hit. I mean, it was gold.
Yeah.
Gold.
Good.
Gold.
And none of them had heard. None of them like, oh, I've heard
Wait,
that.
No, not one of them had ever heard it, and
Watch.
they lost it every time.
Watch this. Did you do B'Shem Omrim?
No.
No. It's okay. It's probably not my joke. It's probably, B'Shem Omrim is when you say something, but you say in the name of who you heard it. B'Shem in the name of Omrim.
No, I did not. Like I said, I plagiarized.
So what was that
shamelessly.
like?
for it.
So I grew up in Florida, but then I went to high school and college in Georgia.
Okay.
So I've done time in the South.
Yeah.
And what was that like interacting with it? Because the evangelicals, to me, are kind of a scary community.
A lot of people think that way. And
I love them.
And I think they were the nicest, warmest people I've ever met in my entire life. The food was particularly horrendous. I mean, oh my God,
Horrendous.
they would serve me lunch,
Horrendous.
and I had
Tell us.
I can't. With the white bread still, with a slice of white bread and some glop on a plate, and they were so kind and so generous, and I felt really bad about that. However,
Such kind people, it's mind-boggling.
line up to hug Israelis and to share
And where did you go? Like what?
We
was
were
it?
all over North Carolina. we
Fort
were all
Myers,
over Georgia.
Florida.
We were,
I wanted to say one thing about Fort Myers. So something
been all over
happened. So Valerie sent me with one of the speakers to this church in Fort Myers, Florida, and so we walk. I'll never forget this. I swear, as long as I live. We walk into the church, and there's a bima, and on the right and left is two enormous crosses. And they have draped each cross in enormous talits.
Oh, wow.
And I have to tell you, I started to weep.
Oh, wow.
I got so overwhelmed that they would do that. I couldn't believe it.
That's so great.
yeah.
That's so amazing.
So they're friends out there.
And what's
Not
the name
everybody.
of the chair? Is the organization still doing stuff? What's the name?
There's different groups that are still doing stuff. Growing Wings is an amazing organization. It's a lone soldier. Max Long, and lone soldiers are the ones who go fight over there and come back here, and he trains speakers and he goes into all the churches, and we've made unbelievable friends.
Can I tell you, it's the most important thing. I'll tell you on our own little level, for his 30th birthday party, Leo loves Israel. And he wanted for his 30th to go to Israel. And we took 3 friends who were not Jewish and to show them Israel. And we went, this is before October 7th, and we went to this winery, Psagot, in the West Bank.
Yeah, in the West
Like
Bank.
deep in, where like signs, and they got to see that, and they got to see Jews and Arabs living together, and they didn't understand, and it was so important. And now that when the war broke out, they have more of an understanding of what it's like in Israel. Birthright is so important, and every Jewish kid should go see Israel, but I think it should be
Every Christian kid too, also. Everybody.
If anyone from Birthright is listening to this, I'm still waiting on my trip. I mean, I've done Israel 6 or 7 times now, but I'd love a
But you'd
Birthright.
love to go again.
I'd love a Birthright
I'm
moment.
with you.
I've given you like 4 or 5 birthright moments.
No, I want to go by myself.
Without me?
Yeah, I want to go on the Tiulim, like you said.
Tiyul. Let's go on a Tiyul.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The rock of the rock.
The rock of the rock.
Okay, that's one of the
That's
jokes
a
that
deep
I
cut.
The rock of the
I
rock.
couldn't
It's
stop.
such a great bit.
Could not stop.
I
Could
can't. I don't know if we're
not
going to keep.
Can we
it
talk
special.
Yoli?
Go
Please.
Yoli. Go Yoli.
We were introduced to you through Yoli during COVID.
Okay.
And I don't know who told us about it.
No.
But we just went online and we pulled it up, and I said, somebody told me to watch this. Let's watch this. And we were blown away. I mean, it was like the funniest thing I had ever seen in my life. And then, of course, Ha Insurrection. Perfect.
The what?
Insurrection. It's January 6th. He said, "What I need to know, learn to avoid insurrection."
So this is what happened.
I thought you were Yoli. I didn't
That
know that
is
you were
why
Modi.
we,
That's why he stopped it.
okay, so
That's why he
listen to
stopped
me.
it.
I need to hear
There
this.
was COVID. We were trapped in the house staring at each other. And we were like, I don't know, we should do something funny. So he always has, that Yoeli character has had a previous life in that Clador video from years ago.
Okay, so in 2011, my friend was a designer, Chris Benz, invited me to go see his show
At Fashion Week.
I said,
Sure.
there's nothing more boring in the world than going to see a fashion show. So me and my friend Brian Gross got dressed up as Hasidim.
You didn't.
Full blown.
You did not.
We
Yes,
hired a
yes,
beard,
yes,
case,
yes.
and we went as
And they let
Hasids.
you in?
And we hired a camera guy, and we said that we were designers for a company named Clador.
It's amazing. The footage is
Yiddish
amazing.
For Kleider, clothing.
Right.
Clador. And we got press.
They got
And we
Susan
made-
Sarandon to be like, oh, I love them.
Yes.
They're so creative.
That character was always
Yeah.
in me. Okay.
So that character was not born then. It was like, it was in an old video somewhere that I had seen, and
Right.
he had the clothes hanging in the closet. And so we're stuck in the house in COVID, and all of a sudden he like starts making this character, and I started filming it on my iPhone, and I've looked back at those videos recently, and they're not particularly like well edited
They're
or
not good.
anything.
No,
Like
compared to
I just was
now.
like putting pictures of thing, and then the Tiger King one.
The Tiger
I was just like
King.
playing on my phone on the couch doing these videos.
But I have to tell you something. So I'm on this side of the desk, he's on the other, and I'm dressed in the full yoili, and with the pace and the hat, and I would be like, okay, so this is the topic I'm going to talk about today, and I would go to that, and then he would direct me, go, no. And he'd tell me like, he would
You did the thumb?
Yeah, he would be the
I
one
love
saying,
I use the
The thumb is the best.
I use the thumb.
yeah.
And then
I go, well, if we call Uber now, we'll make it through
Right.
TSA faster.
Right, and then he would tell me, and give a fakrazel at the end so I can cut on
Oh, by the
that.
way, I do steal another line from the Yoli reviews The Crown.
Yeah.
There's one line I use all the
What?
time. So near the end, you're talking about how they're hunting.
Oh.
And they throw it up in the air, and they go this and
That
that.
makes me laugh
And then
still,
you
too.
pause and you go, Goyim. I use that all the time.
No, so what happened was people like you and thousands of other people, because you also saw Nir, I'm assuming, the other character, maybe? No?
I never
Israeli
saw it.
guy.
So
No,
there's
I
two
never saw
characters.
Nir.
One was Yoeli, one was Nir, the know-it-all Israeli. And they took on this life of their own, and
Right.
we were doing cameos as them, and people were stopping you on the street, and I was realizing, oh, people think that these are real people, that
Right.
you are this person,
Right.
and it's a branding issue, because like we're just stuck in the house because of COVID now, but when this is over, you're going on tour, and you like have stand-up just tickets to sell.
Right.
And so I killed it
You
a
killed
little
it.
bit.
Also,
I always
when I
wondered
got-
what happened to Yoli.
So Yoli-
Also, when I got dressed up as Yoeli and I'd be in the apartment, I'd stay in Yoeli and be like, I would just stay in the Katan like I'm listening.
Yeah, and I was like, you have got to stop.
And he's like, this is not what I signed up for. I did not marry a Hasidic man. So get
out.
He said, get out of drag. He said, get out of drag.
No, imagine I'm sitting in the house and I turn around and there's like a full Hasidic man standing in the kitchen, and I'm like, this is cute when we're filming, but like when we're not filming, it's a little unsettling. So I need you to like.
Yeah. Well, we should bring back Yoeli and Nir. Yeah, Nir the character. Yeah.
That's so
Okay.
funny. People really bonded to Yoeli.
I think we should bring it back. I'm gonna start to bring it back.
Maybe
With this-
just
maybe.
like a little bit.
No, because I'm okay to bring him back now, just because when I was watching it, like I said, it was not high quality. It was
No.
like on my phone. It was like
Right.
really cobbled together. I was sitting on my couch making them, and then they like went viral. And now I feel like if we're gonna do them again, I have to get
A little bit better. But we had the
Polished.
flags.
Production
we had
value.
we ordered the flags, you know. We had
Secretary of Simcha.
Secretary of Simcha, and then also YNN, Yearly News Network.
Right.
And then
But the fact that they were kind of lo-fi kind of made them feel real. Like
Yes.
it was someone in Brooklyn in their
That's
basement.
why,
That's
because
right.
he would show it to everybody he knew. The same way he was telling everyone the world's falling down. For years, he's like, you got to see Yoli.
What? Everybody I know, you got to see Yoli.
Yeah.
You gotta see Yoli.
oh my God.
That was
Okay,
funny.
we need to start wrapping this up. But yeah.
We actually have this. Yeah, we have time.
You took an extra. Oh. We didn't know if you were going to be one of those guys who shows up late and just is like...
No, I'm not like that.
You're like...
We're the same way. We're early for everything.
Everything.
Look, it's purpose as a podcast. You got to be on time.
Yeah.
It's polite.
Yeah.
I always say you can be early or late. You can't be on time. So you got to pick.
Early.
Oh, you early or late?
Yeah. Nobody's on time.
No,
Like,
to me,
for the
on
moment.
time is late.
On time is
Yeah,
right, I know what
on
you
time
mean.
is late, and
Right,
then
and
if
you
you're
should
5
be
minutes early, you're on time.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's how we function. That's mostly because I have anxiety. But
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
You get to the airport. What's your sign?
Cancer.
Cancer.
I'm sorry. That's funny.
Cancer.
Cancer. That makes, and yours?
Scorpio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. Scary.
Wow.
Yeah. What's
You
your,
better listen to her.
Oh, believe
You
me.
better listen to her.
I totally.
Wait, what's your sign?
I'm a Taurus in the Gregorian calendar, but an Aries in the Jewish calendar.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's
and he's
yours?
a Libra.
I'm a Libra.
Libra.
He just had a birthday.
September
you know.
24th.
Yeah.
Birthday?
Yeah,
It
thank
was
you.
fun. We had a big party and all that.
Did you
Yeah.
only come?
No, you really did not come.
What's your good time? What's your favorite thing to do?
Personally or together as a couple?
Couple. It's not. He's not here alone.
Watch a good TV show.
You do.
Yeah.
If you can find one.
No, he's an expert.
Are you kidding? I
This is
could
what
write
he
a
does.
dissertation.
So Dish.
So
What are you watching?
Tell
What
us,
are you
what-
watching
what are
right
you
So
now?
watching?
well, you know what I'm going to do? I'll send you the Steve Eisman list.
There's a list.
You have a list?
150 names
Yeah.
of streaming series.
Do you have like rating systems? Like
I only divide it into like two categories: for those who like violence and for those who don't.
No
we
violence.
do not like
there's
violence.
So that's my side of
Okay,
the list.
so I got
We're not violent.
70. I got 70 shows.
That's so
Absolutely.
efficient.
70 shows.
Wait, we just finished House of Guinness. We loved it.
Oh yeah, I was about to start. I heard it was
Go
good.
for it.
Watch
Yeah.
that.
It's amazing.
It's just enough. It's not really violence.
Did you ever
It's
watch
like
Drops of God?
No.
Oh, and the
Wait.
Vineyard. You guys were talking about the
And you talk
Vineyard.
about
You would
Vineyard.
love
It's
Drops
about,
of
it's
God.
a just drama about wine. That's all I'll say.
That's all you need.
It's on Apple.
That's all you need. All you need really to 100% truth. All you need is a little fashion, a little Holocaust, a little World War II. That's all you really need to make anything good. A few Nazis, a few Jews
That was literally that
hiding.
show about
The Chanel
Dior
show.
and yeah, the
The
Chanel.
Rico,
The
it was
Chanel
fantastic.
show.
You had the
Have you ever
Nazis
s-
and the
Have
fashion.
you ever- everything.
Have
It
you
was
ever
great.
watched any show on Chai Flicks?
No, but I've
No.
heard of it's a streaming service.
It's a
right?
streaming service from Israel. You should
We should probably
subscribe
partner
to it
with
for
them
just
in some way.
like a short period of time for one show. It's called The New Black. It's about the yeshiva world,
Okay.
and you'd love it. It's
Okay.
about you loved it. It was great, and the third
fantastic.
season just started.
It's
So you love being at home in your nest with watching
That's
a movie.
We do.
yeah, yeah.
That's that's us sometimes when we're home. You know.
So we're either
We're either in a Delta lounge,
in a Delta Lounge,
backstage in a green room,
Nice.
which is my
Right.
favorite place in the world.
my least favorite place.
You
in the
love a
world.
Delta.
I love
The
no,
Delta
we-
Lounge
no,
or the
A
green room?
We travel. We travel.
Of course you do.
And there's nothing I could be happier more than traveling to shows, doing shows, green room, hotels.
Yeah.
And it's because there's zero stress on my life.
I get it.
He's got everything organized.
Yeah.
We show up. There's some guy standing there with a sign saying Modi, and then every Indian standing next to him.
I was about to say.
Right. Every on one side is like,
Where's the
there's
Prime
Indians-
Minister?
There's Indians looking to see what Modi's coming, and on the other side you see Orthodox Jews going, Modi's going to be coming for this guy. So that's organized.
Well, I've been
The
putting my
hotels-
name on the side lately, but
Thank God.
Makes
And then
sense.
the hotels are set up, and then when we get to the green room, these massive theaters, and everybody's looking for him because of the advance, and I just walk in. Hi, they have my Celsius in the green room. I couldn't be happier. So for me, it's just it's heaven, and I walk on stage, but he's got all the stress.
He's got all the
behind
stress.
it.
Carrying.
Yeah.
You're carrying the bags, quite literally.
Yeah.
You got to make sure the train runs.
Yes, he just kicks me on. Go be funny,
Yeah.
and but so he loves to also like we also just like in the house watching House of Guinness or whatever we're about to watch from your list.
We just bought a house in Connecticut, and
Oh, did
all we
you?
do, all we do really when we're up there is like sleep really late because it's so quiet,
Yeah.
and watch movies and like
and
cozy
cook.
up,
Chill. But then the other side of us is like we're gonna go hard. We go
like for 72 hours,
so for
just
70
go
to a rave.
to like a basement
Like
somewhere,
a
Really?
basement,
a warehouse in Brooklyn.
A warehouse.
my
in
God.
Okay, that
Brooklyn
sounds
with
like fun.
it.
Can I come?
Yes.
One of my Israeli speakers, one of the survivors of Nova, he was at Nova, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "I'll make a deal with you." He said, "I'll do this with you. I'll go to all these churches in the southeast. You're coming to a rave." And I said,
Go
I'm
with
in.
him.
Have you gone yet?
No, not yet. I have to go to a rave, but he
We'll
wanted to go
take
to a
you.
rave.
We'll take you.
Okay.
There's some
I'm
good
really-
music and
I'm-
You don't
I'm-
have to schlep to Israel to go to
No,
the
no.
rave.
No,
You go
no,
right over
we
the
were going to
Williamsburg
Europe
Bridge.
somewhere, he and I. But I'll go.
Right over
I
the
can rave
Williamsburg
in
Bridge.
Brooklyn.
There's
Okay.
a warehouse, a good DJ,
Okay, all right.
and you'll see.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's like, do not.
he's
He's like, not
he's like,
me.
"Don't invite me,
He's
just
like,
bring-
that's in my
just
third column of TV shows not to watch.
I'm in."
No, but we don't watch violent shows because we take our sleeping pill right before we watch the TV, and
I don't like gore. I don't like blood. I don't
yeah,
like-
and loud
It
and
makes
loud
because you can't sleep after
It's also
that.
not good for your psyche.
Yeah, it's not
No.
good for your psyche. I can't watch Fauda. I can't watch these shows.
Fauda's fantastic
That
and
is fantastic.
petrifying.
Yes,
It's
and
petrifying.
Petrifying.
I
Petrifying.
can't.
So this guy, the one who wanted me to go to a rave, he actually would go on. He was a Fauda. That's what he was.
That was
And
his, that was his
that's-
thing.
Wow.
Right.
And I'm like, tell him, like, is Fauda real? And he said, it's worse.
It's worse.
Oh
It's
my
worse.
gosh.
Yeah, which I don't need to see. House of Guinness. Irish people making beer. Thank you, God. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What was it? We watched Sex in the City, and if there's nothing to watch,
Yeah?
L'chatchila, from the beginning, you watch The Crown. From the beginning, episode 1,
That's Modi's
season
favorite
1, The
show.
Crown.
Start
Oh, and then I
over.
walk around the house.
I felt that way about The West Wing.
Yeah, he goes back
We
to
should
West Wing.
try that
The West
again.
Wing,
I
yeah.
did that. I watched that a lot in college.
It was really good.
They invented the walk and talk. Aaron
Right.
Sorkin.
Yeah.
Sorkin.
The other one that I watched many times was Friday Night Lights.
The football.
Football.
Yeah, Modi's not a big
Okay.
sportsy guy.
Moving on.
By the way, I've asked everything. Well, the only question I had left was, and this is the question, is like, so in the Talmud it talks about comedians, and people who are comedians have a chelik in olam haba. They have a section in the world to come. That means if you're a comedian, you do it right, you don't have to come back to this world. You don't have to come back and deal with traffic and take SATs again and hire lawyers and pay taxes. You're done. You're done with this world and you move on to the world to come. So what, I'm sure there's philanthropic things like this church, bringing people to church. What else are you doing for your olam haba, for your world to come? It's a good, that's my new question to be asking guests.
Raising awareness for breast cancer
Obviously,
in both
yeah.
Doing
men
that.
and
So
women.
is that and
that could
is
save
it-
someone's life listening to this today.
yeah, yeah,
That's a big thing that we're doing now.
good.
What else you got?
No, that's a good. That's a
Well, we got
biggie.
things that are,
Yeah,
you
gotta
know,
have something else.
we have Canary Mission, but you can't talk about it.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay, so stuff in
Stuff-
in the pipeline we can't talk
I think
about
your
yet.
podcast is raising awareness and financial literacy. I really believe in financial literacy for women because I think that women just are afraid to say they actually don't know. Yeah. And I worked on Wall Street for 6 years. I was at Lehman and J.P. Morgan. So what happened was Stephen said, we're both lawyers. And he said, you know what? We could
Both
make-
also lawyers?
Yeah,
We were
we're both
lawyers
lawyers. And he
first.
says, we can make real money. And I'm like, okay, how do we do that? He says, we go to Wall Street and we become stock analysts. And I'm
Wait,
like,
and how old were you both when this
early
conversation?
20s.
No. We were like 27.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, let's go to Wall
So you
Street.
originally went to law school.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I was a lawyer.
And then we were both
I'm a
lawyers.
tax lawyer. So I was a
didn't
tax
know that
lawyer at a
part.
big Wall Street firm. I had a big firm, and he's at a big firm. He's like, I hate the law. I didn't mind the law, but he's like, real money. And I said, okay, let's make real money. Speaking of making money. So then he said, we're going to become stock analysts. So I said,
What's that?
So I said, okay, what's that? So then it turned out my brother was dating this woman who was a stock analyst. She said, I'm going to help you get a job. It turned out that it was in 1989. It was right around then, 1990, and there was a recession. So they were firing everyone, and they needed one person to come in to be an assistant. And I read all the research. I memorized it. I went into this job. I knew nothing about anything, and I got the job. So now I had to show up at Lehman Brothers stock research department as an assistant to 3 analysts and actually support them.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep a wink for 3 months. I was stressed off of my... You can't even imagine. And he's doing the same thing. He was a stock analyst. And that was the beginning of my financial literacy. Studied CFA, so I had a law degree. Now I'm studying, and I just start layering on all this information. And
We're
I think,
so dumb.
No,
I'm not that dumb.
How do we-
I'm not. I'm.
How do we
Luckily,
walk-
I learned enough to handle our.
That-
You know.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
That's a lot. So much more than anybody else.
That's really impressive. So if you had to pick, I don't know, I don't want to put you on the spot, like 1 or 2 or 3 books, like a woman listening to this being like, oh my God, actually, I'm not financially literate. Where would you be a starting point besides listening to the podcast?
So I don't, right, besides the podcast, of course. I don't know about particular books, but I would say understand how to get into the stock market, because if you've earned even $10,000 extra and you want to put it somewhere and you're young, you should be investing it. Should not be afraid to invest a little bit of money at a time, and don't be afraid. And then that's number 1. Number 2, I always say don't marry somebody you can't divorce. And what I mean by that is getting married. I was also a divorce attorney. Don't ask. Getting married.
She's done it all.
She really
I
has.
covered a lot of
No,
subjects.
I knew Feigen was the.
Oh, my
And I
bomb.
ran a
bomb.
clothing store, so I happen to like fashion too.
Oh, wow.
And I do find
We're gonna get
fashion
a
shows
drink
really
or
boring.
something.
I know, so we will. Maybe at the rave.
That's water. We drink water.
You have to.
You have to.
So I think that be able to invest. I think if you're going to get married, and you really have to understand marriage, and you have to understand that there's all kinds of legal and there's all kinds of financial things that go with that. And you should have financial literacy. You should be able to earn an income. I don't care if you're the non-earning spouse. Make sure you can always earn an income. You stop existing as a person if you don't earn an income. So just find books about that, financial literacy, and maybe we'll talk about it on our podcast.
That's such an important thing. It's so great.
It's just...
Wow.
That way, yeah, you should definitely talk about it on your
Definitely.
podcast.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
We're trying to
Wait,
figure
you
it out.
haven't? What are you going to talk about on podcasts if not that?
this is... I mean,
Well,
this
how many episodes in are you now?
We just started this.
Yeah.
We started in the first week of April.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I caught 2 or 3. They were great.
Oh, thank you.
They were great. I
What
forgot
did you catch?
The one where you discussed your entire thing with the movie. So I like.
That's new. That's done really well.
It was so good. It was so good.
Well, it was
And
cool how
speak
you had
well.
the reporter come in to interview you for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa
Yeah,
Lee.
the format.
Yes.
Melissa
She
Lee's
interviewed
great,
you.
yeah.
for
Oh, that
on
is
your
that the
own
one that you're
podcast.
talking
Yep,
about? Oh, so
that's the one.
there was one recently that we did, which has gone crazy, where I actually go through the movie, almost scene by scene, and
Okay.
tell you what's true,
Oh,
what's
that's
not
fun.
true.
That's fun.
That was a lot
That's
of fun.
We should rewatch the movie and then listen to the
Like
podcast.
with the director's commentary.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That's great.
And there's so much stuff that still can be talked about. Adam McKay was in our living room talking about who's going to play us. And just to
That's
throw
such
Stephen...
a bizarre
What a
experience.
crazy.
It's so crazy. But to throw Stephen completely under the bus,
Oh,
he's
totally.
like, well, who did you want to play you?
No. What happened was, Adam McKay calls me. You know, he wrote the script and directed the
Right.
movie, and he calls me up. He's telling me he was going to make the movie. And I was like, yeah, sure, you know. And then he says, no, we're really going to make it. And he said, there's a strong possibility that Brad Pitt's going to play you.
Stop.
I swear. And I said
Yeah.
to him, listen. The only thing Brad Pitt and I have in common is we both have really good hair. That's it. And then it turned out that Brad Pitt could not play me for scheduling conflict.
Do you want to know something though? I'm going to say this. This is a safe space. I've always found something very attractive about Steve Carell.
Yes.
Oh my God! So Steve Carell was in our living room.
I think he's handsome. I think he's a good-looking
Gorgeous.
guy.
He's a good-looking guy.
You have no idea.
Yeah, he
In
maybe
person?
okay. Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt, but like
No, Steve Carell. He's the whole
they
thing.
could have done you work.
They
They
could've done
could
a lot
have.
Oh, he did an amazing
He did
job.
an amazing job.
Gorgeous.
He did an
Amazing.
No, not. I'm not talking about acting wise. I'm just talking about.
Because he plays these sort of nerdy guys, but in real
Yeah.
life, he's not. My dog literally made a beeline for his lap.
Oh, that means that's a good sign.
Oh, that's a good sign. That's a good
What
sign.
kind of dogs do you have?
That was
Or did you-
he is a Shih Tzu Bichon. It's corduroy. Yeah.
Cute.
He's adorable.
Shine.
So
Plug
away. Websites,
Hey,
Instagram handles.
Which is his camera?
That one.
So the name of the podcast is the Real Eisman Playbook, and the website is realeismanplaybook.com.
And where can they find you? Are you on Instagram or anything like that?
Everything.
We're on everything.
TikTok, Instagram.
I'll link it all
Steve
in
Eisman.
in the description of the bio
Thank you.
Thank you.
of the episode. Thank you. Do you want to do some shows real quick? Just plug some shows.
Absolutely.
Can
First,
I tell a joke?
Please.
Please do. Thank
So
God.
I just want to tell you, when I would tell your joke to the pastors,
Yes.
I would follow up
No.
with a joke of mine. It was like a double whammy.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the joke I would always tell is Orthodox Jewish man has a son, sends him to Orthodox yeshiva. Kid's a terrible discipline problem. Kid gets expelled. Sends him to conservative Jewish day school. He gets expelled. Sends him to Reform Jewish day school. He gets expelled. So finally, they have a choice. He sends him to the New York public school. And even though the kid's so bad, he gets expelled. So finally, as a joke, father sends his son wearing his yarmulke to the neighborhood Catholic school. Kid's an immediate model student. Immediate. Jesuit teachers love him, popular with the students. He starts to get straight A's. Father keeps his mouth shut for 6 months. Finally, after 6 months, father can't stand it anymore. He takes his son aside. He says, son, you have to explain this to me. I send you to every Jewish day school in the New York metropolitan area, you get expelled. I send you to New York public school, you get expelled. But I send you to Catholic school, for God's sake, Catholic school, and you're a model student. What happened? So his son says, well, Dad, to tell you the truth, the first day I go to Catholic school, I walk in the building, I look up, I see this Jewish guy nailed to a cross. I figure that's what they do here to all the Jews who are discipline problems.
That was good.
You kind of have something similar in your hour now
I know,
about that.
but I have. But I was thinking he was wearing a yarmulke, and they thought he was the
Yeah, that's
the
where I
bishop.
was
I
going.
was thinking bishop yarmulke.
That's where I was going.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I have a very funny bit about Jesus and the cross.
And where can they come hear the funny
Which
bit?
I'm coming to see you.
See it, folks.
Yes.
Bli Ayin Hara, we are going on the road. We just okay. So
pulling
there's
up
two
the
shows.
website.
But let me do the ones I know for sure.
Okay.
Miami. Every time we post that we are somewhere, you always say, "When are you coming to Miami?" We're coming to do the Improv in November
5th and
5th
6th.
and 6th, and then right to Syracuse for 7th and 8th.
Yep.
Wow.
Working out the hour that and change that we have for the taping, which is in Atlanta, December 10th and 11th. We're taping the special. If you need a trip to Atlanta, this is an amazing reason. There's a few tickets left. We also have shows in Seattle where we're adding a show. We're in San Francisco. We're going to be
Vancouver,
That's the West Coast.
Vienna, Amsterdam, Berlin, Paris, Chicago,
You're
and
around.
LA for the Big Deal Comedy Show with Elon Gold and Michael Rappaport.
Elon Gold.
Also, fans of the podcast, on October 22nd, we're doing a live podcast taping with Deborah Messing at the 92nd Street Y.
Wow.
Those tickets sold out immediately, but you can register by making a donation to the 92nd Street Y. You'll have access to the live stream, and it will also give you like 48 hours after the live stream to watch it on your own time as well. All of that money goes to the 92nd Street Y. That's going to be a really fun event. And we have a sign-up link on your website for New York City on April 23rd for a certain big show coming up.
April 20th. We're not allowed to talk about it, but we are going to be at Radio City Music Hall.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Solo
Yeah.
show. Modi's biggest solo show to date.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Anywhere.
it's going to be insane.
That's huge.
April
Huge.
23rd.
Full Mashiach energy, and the
The
tickets go on
Beacon was
sale.
big.
Yeah, and this is
This is bigger.
So we did 3 beacons,
Yeah.
so that equals 1 Radio
One
City.
Radio City.
Really?
So that's what we're
and the
doing
tickets
now.
go on sale on October 28th.
Well,
week-
we're so there.
Yeah, there's a pre-sale October
Yes.
28th,
We're there.
going into a general on sale. So if you want to know when those tickets go on sale, because people always message me and DM me, I missed the tickets, they're sold out. Sign up for the link that's on the website now, and as soon as those go on sale, you'll get an email directly to you, and you can get your tickets.
This is you're going to be hearing this episode after Kol Nidre services, which is tonight. And I wish everybody, for real, an amazing, happy New Year, full of Mashiach energy. We're living in a messianic time, so create Mashiach energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.